Good morning, sports fans. This is Hill Time Sports. This is the first episode of. Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. Hello? 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 How are we sounding here? How are we sounding? Sound. We got sound? Cool. What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been live on stream. Well, technically not, but we don't know where the hell we're going. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But today we're going to talk about Caleb Williams. My brother told me yesterday is on the hot seat. And I went looking through media, YouTube, headlines, and couldn't find anything. The only thing that I got was YouTube shorts from fans that are like, oh, Caleb Williams sucks, and TikTok that my brother sent me. So what do I think? I think a lot of people overreact when it comes to like football things, sports. They want instant gratification with quarterbacks and players. And back then, when you played quarterback, Peyton Manning's, Troy Aikman's, Steve Young, players like that didn't develop like how people just throw them into Peyton Manning's an example of, he came in and he was trash his first season. Like, he led the league in interceptions. I think it was a rookie record that he broke with interceptions. People are so used to like throwing quarterbacks out nowadays that when you have one season that's really bad, you're like, oh, this guy sucks. Look at poor Anthony Richardson, who just lost his job to Daniel Jones yesterday. He wasn't ready to start day one, and he wasn't ready at all. Like, he hasn't been ready. He never sat behind a quarterback that can teach him the ropes of playing quarterback in the NFL. He even came out and said, well, playing in the NFL is easier than playing in college. And that's something you don't want to say as a professional quarterback, because you're going to be triggered. I mean, people are going to be triggered and they're going to come after you. And, now look at him. We don't know if he's going to go to another team. We don't know if he's ever going to start again in the NFL. But I digress. I don't think Caleb Williams is on the hot seat. I think he's going to be very good. I don't think the Bears are going to win their division. I don't even think they'll go. I don't even think they'll be a 500 team this year. They may be next year. They have the pieces to be really good. They have a coach that is, barring anything that he does, seems to be really good, seems to be getting the best out of Caleb Williams right now. We saw that 6 for 10 performance, 97 yards, and I think a touchdown. I don't have the stats up with me, but it's just one game. It's preseason. Hold your horses. Last season, he was sacked a lot. A lot of it was holding on to the ball. A lot of it was just bad offensive line play. And I hope this year that, he's good. Yeah, I do agree with that. He was definitely a player on the low end of average. He was like a 5. He was like a 15, a 14. Can he grow? Can he show that he can grow and become a top level quarterback like a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Burrow, and all that? I haven't been able to watch. Like, to be honest, this is the first time that I'm doing anything like football related in like 17 years. I I kind of fell out of the game, in and out. You know, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl the first time, I was into it. I had a lot of life things happen. Like I suffer from panic disorder and things like that. And so like I couldn't mentally like I was always mentally in survival mode. So I didn't really get into football again until like middle of last season. And I found out how much I missed it and how much I love talking about the game. And that's why I'm here. I love watching football. And I missed talking about it with like people and friends and brothers and things like that. But back to Caleb Williams. No more life story. I'm sorry about that. Um, the NFL is a very like CW and the Bears. Hey, Bobby, you know, I would like to see that. Honestly, that would be really cool. I remember like writing a paper on Walter Payton when I was in high school. Like Walter Payton, to me, he had power. He had um, the speed. He could throw the ball. He could catch the ball. The guy is probably, in my opinion, the best running back in NFL history. I would even say like Jim Brown and things like that. But Walter Payton, like he was in every kind of running back. And just if we could see a Bears team that can lift themselves up out of the doldrums of the NFC North, then cool. I'm all for it. It's going to be up to how Caleb Williams does throughout the season. I think he's going to be much improved. The offensive line looks to be improved from the offseason. I do have some NFC North. I have division predictions on. I have division predictions in my channel. I have a little playlist. I might like post it or something. I don't know how to post it or anything. But I have the Bears like kind of high. Like they can win like 7 games, I think, right now. But next year, I think is the year where we'll see like a turning of the corner. I give quarterbacks about 3 years to show me what they can do. After 3 years, I'm like, okay, this guy is good. It's kind of just something that I've always been like that. Like my brother will be like, oh, this guy's going to be good. And I'm like, okay, let's wait and see because he's just a rookie quarterback or he's in his first year, second year. Let's wait 3 years. I saw it with Kaepernick. I saw like once he wasn't able to run the ball, people started keying up on it. I was like, can he read a defense as well? From what I saw, not really. There's also who else? I saw Lamar Jackson. I saw him take a step up because people. I remember when he came into the league, people were like, "Oh, he's a running back. He's a running back in a quarterback position." I'm like, I do see like the offense is tailored for him. Let's give him a few years, and he developed into like one of the best passers in the NFL. 40 touchdowns? 40 touchdowns and like barely any interceptions. The guy is elite. Can he get it? Can he get over the hump of being, getting to the Super Bowl this year? I have them at the top of the list for the AFC to go to the Super Bowl this year. I think the Chiefs take a step back. I think the Chiefs' offensive line is suspect, even with the addition of their first overall pick. I forget his name. I think the Chargers or the Broncos are going to win that division. Like that's a hot take for me. Like I think the Broncos are the best team in the AFC West. From a defensive standpoint, they had the number 3 scoring defense last season. They led the league in sacks, and then they only got better with Greenlaw and Hufanga and players like that. And it's pretty cool to see, like, maybe we get out of this whole, like, the dynasty before we get another Brady and the Patriots situation where, everybody's already tired of the Chiefs. So I would like to see that kind of like buck the trend and get like either Broncos or who else? Chargers, Raiders, even, like being from that area, being from like the middle of California. There was a lot of Raiders games growing up. There was a lot of Niners games. Like Raiders fans, you will never see a more loyal fan base. I see Raiders fans everywhere. When win, lose, draw, like the worst team in the league, you will see Raiders fans all over where I'm at with their jerseys, with their flags, rooting for their team. 49ers fans, though, like when they're losing, when they were bad in like 05 to what was it, 2011, when they had like that, they had like Mike Nolan, they had Mike Singletary as their coach and all that, and they were bad. I never seen 49er flags. I never seen 49er jerseys. They were embarrassed to watch, to even mention that they were 49ers fans. And then all of a sudden, when they started getting good again, they came out of the woodwork. And that's okay, you know. That's okay as a sports fan. You can do that, but Raiders fans, I have a level of respect for you. Like, it doesn't matter. You ride or die with your team. But back to Caleb Williams. I think fans in general overreact to things, and they kind of get their information from other like shorts and things like that. Instead of like really like looking at the games, people want him to perform at this level, go to the playoffs. And I just don't think the Bears as a team are there yet. This is their first year with the new coach, second year with Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has now had 2 coaches in the last 2 years. But I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine as long as he shows some growth this year. Oh, that's my stepdad out there. He's going to work. I got work at 9:30 Pacific time. 9 o'clock Pacific time, my bad. And so I'll be doing this for a little bit. I don't know how long, maybe like 30 minutes because my first time and I'm a little nervous because I'm just talking. Usually when I stream, I play video games. But Daniel Jones, let's talk a little about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is now the starter for the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson didn't show enough, I guess, to be the number 1 quarterback. My hope, and this is a long shot, I don't know the situation. Daniel Jones starts the season. If he plays well, great, cool. If he doesn't play well, at least Caleb Williams has time to see. Not Caleb Williams. Anthony Richardson has time to see, well, this is what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. And that'd be good. It'll be good to see Anthony Richardson maybe reset like a Bryce Young did, because Bryce Young had, I think, 7 big-time throws in the NFL last season at like the time he got benched. After his benching and when he came back, he was like 7th. He was up there. I think he may have even led the league in big-time throws and had a pretty decent rest of the year. So if Anthony Richardson could go in and reset, learn the game a little bit more, sit on the bench. I don't know how good of a mentor Daniel Jones is going to be, but it would be pretty cool to see Richardson come out and be like, okay, because right now my brother was telling me he's got the worst passing the completion percentage of college, high school, pros, like all levels. He had a really bad completion percentage, and he lacks experience more than anything. It's not that he is not athletically gifted. We've seen him make some big throws. He just lacks experience, and like someone talking to him, be like, hey, why don't you throw the ball this way and maybe it'll be better off for you. I don't know. But how's my audio? Can anybody hear me? I want to make sure my audio is good because my dog broke my microphone. But other than that, You're all good? Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I got to cut my thumbnail. Um, what else? Sorry, I'm like, oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you. So, Philadelphia. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I've been a Philadelphia Eagles fan since 2003, 2004. Uh, so we'll talk a little about them. I think that their cornerback situation is kind of iffy on the other side. Quignon's good. Cooper's good. Blankenship. I don't know who the starting. It might be Sidney Brown. It might be the rookie. I forget his name. But when you got a Dory Jackson and Keely Ringo as your other outside corner, I just don't see them as any good. I think the Eagles are going to make a trade. That's what I'm predicting. They might make a trade before the season. I know that I just don't like what I'm seeing from that other cornerback position. I like Quignon and I like Cooper. It's that other cornerback position that scares me. Also, what scares me is Devontae Smith has been injured. A few other players have been injured this week, and it's going into the last preseason game. I doubt anybody actually plays this preseason game. I think maybe we see a little bit, but I doubt it. They had a short off season, so I'm good. I'm good with going into week 1 cold and playing Dallas. Dallas, I think, can be scary if they. I think Dallas is a lot better than most people give credit to. And am I saying like, oh, Dallas is going to win the Super Bowl? I don't think so. But people are like, oh, they're washed. No, they have a pretty good team when Dak was healthy. Dak being healthy is a big deal. I think Dak is a really good quarterback. Is he the best? No, but I think a lot of the hate comes from like their fans and the Cowboys being the Cowboys. We must all. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to shame them. I should shame the Cowboys, but it's hard. You get to the point where I kind of feel bad for them because it's just like through no fault of their own, they just get they get like close to the finish line and then their car like combusts. And it's usually because Jerry Jones is the mechanic. Jerry Jones is the mechanic. He's the chief like pit guy and things like that. And then he just messes up everything and completely just the car combusts right before the finish line. I don't think Dallas is going to win with him as GM. I don't think in his lifetime he's going to win another Super Bowl. The Cowboys were really good in the 90s. I didn't see that. I was way too young. I was really young. I was too young to watch that. But it all just went downhill when Jerry Jones took over the team and not took over the team, took over GM responsibilities and became like, oh, I want it to be all about me, which is fine. Half the time it feels like they start the race every season with half the car on fire and Jerry is. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel that way. I feel that they do start off with the car fire. Like very rarely do you see a Dallas Cowboys team like you're like, oh, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like there's been a few times. Well, the sports media says it all the time. Oh, they're so good or they're so bad. Like they either overrate or they underrate what Dallas can do. I think they're like a middle of the pack team. And it's crazy to think like Jerry Jones puts like the worst coach out there. He has Schottenheimer. I don't even know. I've never seen him coach an NFL game. I didn't even know who he was when they signed him. What it is basically Jerry Jones saying, you're going to be my bitch. Sorry, excuse my language. You're going to be my lackey. And you're going to do as I say. If you don't, then I'm going to get rid of you and find someone who's going to do everything that I'm going to say. And usually it's like someone who doesn't really know what they're doing. And we've seen it with who was the Clapper. What was his name? Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was one of those coaches. He stayed there for what, like 6 years, 7 years. I don't even know how long, but he maintained his job because he was friends with Jerry Jones and he was a yes man. When you had people like Bill Parcells and Wade Phillips and Jimmy Johnson, they were coaches that didn't really do what he told them to do, and friction happens, and then they're gone, and there goes that. Jerry Jones is a control freak. He's like the Vince McMahon of football. I would say he might be worse than Al Davis before Al Davis passed away, because at least Al Davis had a team that went to the Super Bowl in 2002 up until I think he passed away in like 2009, 2011. In between there, he at least had a Super Bowl winning team. From 1970s, it was only 76, 80, 86. It's been about the same time. Well, no, in the last 10 years of his life, they went to the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones hasn't been to the Super Bowl in 30 years. He hasn't even made the NFC championship to even be in the running. I think he's worse than Al Davis ever was because he just gets in his own way. I do a lot of ums, don't I? I really don't know what the hell I'm doing here, to be honest. But I'm doing my best. It's my first live stream. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to ask me? I don't know where I'm going from here. Just kind of just talking and bullshitting. I'll keep going though. Let's see what else is going on in the NFL. Let me check. Thank you. I hope so. I hope I'm doing good. So Jordan Addison has been suspended and there's multiple injuries. The Vikings are seriously exploring veteran wide receivers in the trade market per sources. Are there any? I know Terry McLaurin. Is Terry McLaurin still on the trade block? Oh, you do live streaming? That's great. I'll have to follow you. You can link your channel or something and I'll follow you. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh, Terry McLaurin's still on the trade block, isn't he? Or is he signing a new contract? Because but then you have to worry about paying Terry, and I don't think the Vikings are going to pay someone along with Justin Jefferson. I don't think they're the Cincinnati Bengals who make terrible terrible front office decisions and not actually sign their defensive star and instead sign 2 wide receivers. My comp for Joe Burrow, after seeing that offensive line, after seeing what his defense is he's basically, if things don't change, he's going to be Dan Marino. Dan Marino was a very good quarterback. He's honestly my favorite quarterback of all time. Is he the best of all time because of the Super Bowl things? Probably not, but the way he threw the football and just highlights, and my mom being a Dolphins fan. Shout out to my mom. She just got diagnosed with cancer yesterday, so I'm trying to process that as well. But Dan Marino was a great quarterback for all intents and purposes, but I think his first couple of years, he had a really good defense, and he just never had the running game. He didn't really have a great defense. Yeah, F cancer, because it's early stages. So that's good. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I think she'll be okay. I don't think she's going to have to go through chemo. It's just going to be surgery. but yeah, she'll be all right. Sorry. Look, I deal with anxiety, so But Dan Marino, I think Burrow has the same problem. He has two good wide receivers. Marino had Cooper and Clayton. Burrow's got Higgins and Jamar Chase. And then you see him running around for his life. I don't know what the Bengals are going to be this year, but it's really hard to gauge the Bengals. Their defense was really horrible. You had Trey Hendrickson, who had 17 and a half sacks, 18 sacks, somewhere around there. And he had basically half of their sacks. What are they going to do without Hendrickson? I mean, I know they got Shamar Stewart in the draft, but he's a rookie. And then you got no one playing on the defensive line with him to help him. They might double team him if he's that good. It's a very bonehead decision. And I know that Hendrickson's 30, 31, 29, somewhere around that age where it's like, I don't know if I want to pay this guy. But when you had 17 and a half sacks last year, and then the year before that, you also had 17 and a half sacks, like, what the hell are you doing? Seriously. But that's just Cincinnati, dude. They never do right by their players. They do like the stupidest thing. They're a really good team, and then all of a sudden they shoot themselves in the foot. You kept Marvin Lewis. The Bengals kept Marvin Lewis for God knows how long. And it's ridiculous. But I think I'll end it at the 30-minute mark. I think that's enough like football talk for me until I can get more comfortable. But I really enjoy doing this, and I hope that that was basically against the third string Commanders defense, offense type thing. And even then there was a few plays where Burrow just got trounced. Like, I don't know, the horse collar call where they threw him around like a rag doll back there. He was running for his life against second, third stringers. It's crazy. I don't know what they're going to do. Also, who else stood out? Dylan Gabriel. I know the whole situation with Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Kenny Pickett. The clown car of the AFC North is going to – I don't know who they're going to start after Flacco, because I don't think Flacco is going to be the number one quarterback for the whole season unless he plays out of his mind. But Shedeur looked good against – I forgot what team they played, but then he got hurt. Dylan Gabriel, he was up and down against Philly, and I don't know. I don't know what the Browns do. It hurts. Like, I root for the Browns to be good. They let me down. And then I started doing YouTube, and then a bunch of Browns fans came after me because I was like, dude, it's sad to watch the Browns because you're just like, you want them to be good, and then they just fall apart every season. And then a bunch of Browns fans got mad. And so part of me is like, you know what? F the Browns. Like, if you fans want to be like that, then F the Browns. I'll lean right into it. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of good Browns fans out there. And I know, like, Baker shouldn't have been traded. Deshaun Watson's been a disaster. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. This has been Hilltime Sports. I think I'm going to, sign off for today. I'll probably do another live stream next week, and then I'll do the Thursday night game. I'll be putting out some content. My brother is going to start doing content again. I got him back in the saddle after firing him the first time. But thank you so much for showing up to my live stream. I greatly appreciate everyone here. No problem. It was fun, and it's good first stream, and I want to do this again and again. So I'll see you all in the next video or whatever I do later.